Josh Anderson is a guy who tries very hard in a lot of the games that he plays, even throughout this year, which has been very bad for the Montreal Canadiens. You can find some, glimpses of great play, the drives to the net and all that. And you can't say he hasn't scored goals for the Montreal Canadiens, well, as much as they can score, considering the offense that they do have. I'm just curious, how do you assess Josh Anderson's play to this point in the season?
I think that he can give more, that he should be one of those players that you watch a game and you notice him every single night. And that has not been the case so far this year. He's got 4 goals, 4 assists in 18 games, but he's not bringing that same kind of energy. He's not creating any kind of momentum that we saw last year when he was nicknamed the power horse. He has not been the power horse so far this year. And that's been an element that's been missing from his game. And that's why I think that Josh Anderson can be bringing more to this team, because we saw it last year from him.
And he's been very inconsistent. I mean, you look at some of the games, you notice him big time because he's skating, he's hitting, he's involved, and we don't see that each and every night. And this is a big part of this hockey team, to have a big guy like that going and bringing his A game and making things happen every time he's on the ice. But that's not happening. And a goal and an assist in his last 6 games doesn't cut it. He should be able to do more than that. And his game is getting involved, and a lot of times you don't even find him out there. He's kind of on the perimeter. So in order for him to really help out himself and his teammates and his team, he's got to get it more involved each and every night, each and every shift, because he can be a real good player, and he can be a real added bonus to help the Canadiens find a way to play better.
Yeah, he looks like he's frustrated. After the game against the Rangers, he was -12, and plus minus is a stat that has to be taken with a big grain of salt sometimes, as Rick would know as well as anybody. But he's sort of, when you're getting scored on so often when you're on the ice, I think it gets frustrating. And we're talking, lines being juggled around, that's probably frustrating a bit. He's a bit of a one-trick pony in that move where he drives down the wing and cuts hard to the net, and it can be effective when it works. But it seems to be that's the one move he has, and it's a little bit predictable. But as Rick said, he's a big, strong guy. He needs to be more of a presence on the ice, throwing his weight around a little bit more, and trying some different things. Maybe shooting the puck earlier rather than just I think everybody sort of knows you're just going to drive it to the net, which is fine. You need guys to drive it to the net, but you need to mix it up a little bit too. So I think mainly it's just a frustration level, and I think that goes right through the whole team. They're a frustrated team. They seem to look lost in their own end. They're having problems scoring goals, and as I said, it's frustrating for people watching them. So imagine how frustrating it is for the guys on the ice.
For sure. I'd like to think that having Jonathan Drouin on his line could at least helped Christian Dvorak against the New York Rangers earlier this week. Let's be clear here. I think the line that has performed the best outside of the bits of energy you get from the fourth line, I think the Drouin, Dvorak, Anderson combination has at least produced some results. So I think maybe for Josh Anderson, having Jonathan Drouin around him, just like it's working for Christian Dvorak, could also play a role. But you can let us know in the comment section how you feel about Josh Anderson's play to this point this year. And also subscribe to the YouTube page, subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out newsletter, go to montrealgazette.com/newsletters, and check out hockeyinsideout.com for full episodes, because, well, what else are you really going to do? We got how many other games left to go? You got to entertain yourself somehow.